Everybody's seen the story and the posts on Sherif Gaber, and you're probably seeing this video and you're not happy that there's another one. This is going to be a little bit different. I want to actually look at this Sherif guy, see what he's got going on. His story has a lot of things that really make me skeptical. So let's take a look at his history. And you know, the big reason why I'm doing this video, I wasn't going to do it, but then he posts this today and it actually pissed me off. So for anybody that is thinking he's doing it just for money, his response to that is, just to get some money that I can get in less than a year of making vlogs. We are just so narrow-minded. So the amount of money he's looking for, it's not small, it's $100,000. So he's trying to say that he can make that much money in under a year, which if true, Sherif, what have you been doing for the past years with all that money, man? It's probably not true, but what a weird thing to say when you're asking people for money. And if you're going to lie about that, what else are you lying about? So Mr. Gaber came into public attention when he was 22, 2013. He was at university and one of his professors was basically going on an anti-homosexual rant. So Sherif spoke out. Noble thing to do, man. I mean, very noble to do. There's nothing wrong with that. He's got good content too, man. I like a lot of his videos. So he speaks out. His professor took that as proof since he did it in public for kind of blasphemy, but he also found some content Sherif had done online. This is pre his YouTube, pre I guess all the main social media things he does now, but the professor found something. So he got arrested and he was in jail for a period of time. I don't know how much. He was bailed out. He was bailed out by an organization, the Association for Freedom of Thought and Expression, because he didn't have enough money for it. And what I don't get is what happens between when he's bailed out and this 2015 verdict. So maybe there was just a backup in the court, right? So in February 2015, he's found guilty and sentenced to a year in prison along with hard labor. So some news outlets have made it seem like he was arrested twice or there was two different charges on him at this point in time. Some websites make it seem like he actually did that year of labor. I mean, he didn't. So when he got charged with that, he ran away. Not mad at him for it. I mean, a blasphemy law is super outdated. I'm so happy I don't live in a country like that, man. And I really do feel bad for him and everyone out there that does have to go through that. Are they still on your trail? I can only assume so. Well, yeah, man, you had a court case and you ran from it. Of course they're going to be in your trail. So he runs, which I'm not mad at him for it. What he decides to do is lay low, but not really lay low, because he starts a YouTube channel. He starts all the social media accounts, and he gets, relatively well known. So 213,000 subs at the time this is going on. His total views are like 15 or 16 million, something like that. And again, it's good content stuff, man. So he's not laying low. He's in a country with anti-blasphemy laws, and a lot of his videos are they're atheistic in nature. He's pointing out flaws in the way that they think, and I totally support that. Very ballsy to do in a country where it's illegal to do that, but that's what he decided to do. So now he is facing yet another charge for the content that he's been making. So he's already a fugitive because he ran, and now someone decided that they're going to try and put additional charges on him. So he's speaking out about why he does his YouTube videos. He's assuming he's going to get arrested anyway, and so he wants to do these YouTube videos as a form of activism, some film show or some event in Germany, and they wanted him to stay, and he refused. And then here he says that he was offered asylum from Switzerland, but he refused. And this was back when the first charges were going on, and he ran. He mentions he lost most of his family and most of his friends from his content. I mean, I definitely don't dislike the guy. No doubt about that. But two chances to leave a different country and you stayed, even though you don't have friends or family and you're wanted. I mean, I don't get that. And then this is on his actual official website. So when he first got charged, this was, I guess, a while ago. So he just made that video, and that's where all the attention's coming from. But March 31st, 2018 was when these charges were first put on him. So he waited a couple months before he put the video out. What's weird is this. So he says right here, I'm lost between two very hard choices. Either leave this war field and live with the feeling of giving up. And, when he was younger in 2013, he was very vocal that he is staying because he wants to make change from within. I mean, that's an awesome cause. I support that. Or the second one, or to stay and risk spending many years in prison, not knowing when I'll get out and whether I'll be safe inside this whole time or not. And he won't be. What makes things worse is I only have until May 20th next month to decide. If not, then I won't be able to leave Egypt no matter what, even if I have a visa for 5 years. This has to do with the military recruitment rules. Well, it's way past May 20th, 2018, and you're posting a video saying that you need $100,000 for citizenship at Dominica. So, I mean, what's up with this whole 5-year thing? I don't know. This is on his official website, man. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's just bizarre. And I do want to jump into his whole plan and the flaws that I see in it, because he wants $100,000 for this plan. It better be $100,000 plan. So let's check out his actual channel here.
لازم ما يكونش عليا أي قضايا، ويكون السجل الجنائي بتاعي نضيف عشان محدش يعرف يوقفني. وأنا كان عليا سنة سجن مع الشغل بسبب قضية ازدراء الأديان اللي في سنة 2013 والدفاع عن المثلية واللي بسببها اترفدت من الجامعة. وبدون الخوض في التفاصيل عشان ما تضرش، أنا كان معايا فلوس وبطريقة ما لقيت السجل الجنائي بتاعي نضيف والحكم اتشال. بس ده طبعا مؤقتا لحد بس ما اعرف اسافر. رحت وعملت فيش وتشبيه عشان اتاكد ان فعلا الحكم اللي عليا اتشال والسجل الجنائي بتاعي نضيف. بعدها بدات افكر في انهي دوله المفروض اروح.
No way, man. I've been on the run for a long time, but magically I don't have a criminal record. It got swept under the rug. It's not like I'm a big public figurehead for atheism in a country full of people that want to kill atheists. No, they just forgot all about me. Don't worry about it. Totally squeaky clean record. And that was one of the things that I looked at and I was like, man, that doesn't make any sense. You're on the run and you've got a clean record. And so let's go back on his Patreon, the one that says he makes more money than we do. Embassy's out of the question for him. Until he has a passport, he can't leave Egypt. That makes sense. I could simply provide every evidence to every word I said, starting from the flight ticket numbers, not necessary, the hotel booking, not necessary, and even my clean criminal record, which I still have for a number of years. But that will mean sharing my sensitive info like my ID number, previous addresses, and my phone numbers, which can be used to get more info about me. No, man, I've seen your videos. You've got editing skills. You know how to black something out, man. We don't need to see any of that. Others have offered to marry them to get a citizenship. That's very kind of them, but not possible. Almost every country requires the person to be with their partner for a long period of time, many years, and live in that country for a period of time. Yeah, not only that, man, but it's illegal in most countries.
حجزت كل أوراقي وحجزت ورتبت كل أموري على إن بعد كام يوم أسافر لأكتشف إن لبنان محتاجة حاجة. أنا ما كانش ينفع أعمل تصريح أمني لأن أنا بالفعل ليا ملف في أمن الدولة. بس دبي محتاجة فيزا إلكترونية. هي فيزا سهلة جدا وممكن أي حد ياخدها وغالبا مش بتترفض. قدمت على فيزا إلكترونية واستنيت عدة أيام وفي الآخر ألاقي إن الفيزا بتاعتي اترفضت. أنا معرفش ليه اترفضت. هل هم بحثوا عني فعرفوا أنا مين وفي الآخر رفضوا؟ المالديفز دولة مش بتحتاج لا فيزا ولا تصريح أمني ولا أي حاجة. وبالفعل حجزت أسبوع تماما، لأنا كنت عارف هعيش إزاي هنا تاني، وأنا كنت عارف إزاي هعرف أسافر وأنا متاخد من حياتي كتير. لكن قدرت أتنازل عن جنسيتي المصرية، هعرف أسافر من المطار بدون ما حد يعرف يوقفني. ودي اتعملت قبل كده عن طريق ناس كتير كان عليهم قضايا وأحكام حتى بالمؤبد. لكن المشكلة للأسف إني مش معايا جنسية.
So that's kind of part of his plan, is he thinks if he has a dual citizenship that he can just drop the Egyptian citizenship and then that's his way of getting out of it. And there are some people that have done that. I don't know the most recent. It was a number of years ago that I think anyone's tried it before. And it did work. I mean, it was criticized by a lot of people from Egypt. There are some people that definitely have done that, but I couldn't find any laws on that. I couldn't find any information on if that's still valid. I wouldn't agree that many people have done it. I can't find any more recent examples, and like I said, man, I couldn't find any law on it. So it sounds a little crazy. Like you're telling me I can, as an American, if I went to Egypt, if I did a bunch of crimes, right, heinous crimes, I had a 5-10 year prison sentence over my head, I can just renounce my Egyptian citizenship, and it doesn't matter what I do, they have to let me go. I don't know, man. I think that's just a little bit naive.
تانية عشان أقدر بيها أتنازل عن جنسيتي المصرية وأعرف أسافر، والطريقة الوحيدة اللي بيها ممكن أخد جنسية تانية هي إني أشتريها. وبالرغم من إن معظم الدول بتشترط مبالغ كبيرة وإن الشخص يقعد في دولتها فترة عشان في الآخر يقدر ياخد الباسبور، لكن في دول معينة لا تشترط دوت، وممكن الشخص يقدر ياخد الباسبور والجنسية وهو قاعد في بلده بدون ما يعتب الدولة التانية ديت، زي الدومينيكا، ودي أرخص وأسهل بلد ممكن أقدر.
So he chose Dominica because Dominica is, I mean, it's really the only one that he can do, honestly. It doesn't have like a visa. You don't have to be there for a certain amount of time. You just basically pay money and you can go there. So I went and I tried to find some research on how that works and does he qualify for it. So I'm on the official dominica.gov website, and this is talking about how do you apply for citizenship. So, right, he wasn't born there, he's not married to anybody, no virtue of residence, can't do anything of that. Completed application forms, he can do that. Letter addressed to the Minister of Foreign Affairs requesting citizenship, he can totally do that. Police record, he's got a printed piece of paper that says he doesn't have one, which he thinks will work. I highly doubt it will. Birth certificate's probably got that. 4 passport size photos, sure. Medical certificate and HIV test, I'm sure he's good there. Bank statement, recommendation from banker. That's an odd one. So he's been on the run for years. You wouldn't think that he could put his money in a bank. He apparently makes over $100,000 a year as a blogger, so I don't know what he's doing with all that money. Marriage certificate doesn't count. 2 testimonials, whatever that means. Application fee of $250. So this instead of $100,000, it should be $100,000 and $250. I think he made a little mistake there. He's gonna have to pay out of pocket a little bit. What else do we have? Treasury receipt as proof of payment, that's fine. Recent copy of work and residence permit. Again, he's been a fugitive for a number of years. He says that he had to move like 8 times in the past couple years. Copy of the biodata page of passport. Well, he has no passport, so that's not going to work. $20 stamps for application forms. All right, so the Patreon's going up a little bit. Oath of allegiance. Shouldn't have any problem doing that. Another $20 adhesive stamp, so another bump up to the Patreon. The Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs, Immigration, and Labor has to approve the application, and then you have to pay a registration fee of $2,000. So you forgot to add that to your Patreon too, buddy. And this is a different website I looked at. Escapearts.com talks about living in Dominica, and this guy says you can pay cash and get a passport. It's a single donation to the country for reimbursement, $100,000, just as he said, right? He's not lying there. The first step towards Dominica citizenship is a background check. Is he going to pass a background check? Probably not. It's performed by a third party authorized by the government and costs between $7,000 and $15,000 per family. So he's looking at $7,000. So that Patreon is definitely off. And the other thing, which I thought was kind of interesting, once he gets all that, if he can get all that, and again, there's a lot of reasons why this isn't going to work, he actually has to pay Egypt money to renounce his citizenship, $800. So I don't know what we're looking at, 110,000 altogether probably. That's his plan. That's what he wants this money for. Is it a noble cause what he's doing? Yeah, it was, sure. I mean, he started all this because he was sticking up for homosexuals in a country where it's not okay. He called out their barbaric way of thinking and their barbaric religion and practices. I commend him for that. He was sentenced to a year in a labor camp. He decided to flee. Man, I don't blame him at all. I commend him for that too. he's on the run and he wants to still be active in the protests, so he makes a successful YouTube channel, posts good quality videos. You know, he's got his own website and it's got some good articles. Um, Again, man, it's commendable stuff. The issue that I have is over the fact that he could have left a few times and didn't. He's got this plan that, as I just showed you, there's holes all in this plan. I can think of, and I demonstrated reasons why this plan will not work, and yet he's already got $14,000 donated. He's going to get his $100,000. This just hit the media. Like it's on websites now. It's a big thing. He's going to hit the $100,000. When he does, then what? And something I was thinking about too, he said that he's tried everything he could to leave the country legally and illegally. Do you know how many people from South America travel all the way through South America to get to the border of America and make it? I mean, there's single mothers with 3 children. I mean, literally, single mom, 3 children crossing countries illegally, getting out. You telling me that he can't illegally illegally cross the border? He's, you know, the Patreon, he can straight withdraw from that. It's not like he doesn't have any funding. Of course he could. Of course he could illegally escape. Egypt is corrupt, man. You're trying to tell me that he can't bribe a guard a couple $1,000s to turn the cheek? Of course he. If you want to support Sherif, you can. If you want to support him after looking at his plan and the details of it and the low chance of success, you can, man. It's your money. You do whatever you want. But before you do, keep in mind, in his own words, this man claims to make more than $100,000